Hi there, I'm Amy Riles with Honestly Horses, and this morning I thought I would just do a quick little how-to on riding in the rope halter. This also would apply to a bitless bridle setup or a hackamore or the bosal. The key to riding bitless in any of these apparatus is that you can allow the horse to have slack in your rein. If you're not comfortable letting go of your horse's face, then the bitless option may not be suitable for you. Because the way this works is that there is always release until I need something. I'm going to pick up on my rein a little bit here. Notice there's still slack in my rein. I didn't pick up and pull. So my halter is not making a snug contact with her face. I'm just picking up on that knot on the bottom. I'm going to ask for a little right bend. There we go. Notice I have slack in my rein because this horse is super sensitive too. She does not require me to pick up on that rein a lot. So even if I take up to here, I'm going to maintain a little drape in my rein. Every time I pull back on this rein, it applies pressure on those knots on the side of her face. If I were to take up contact here like this, that's a pretty steady pressure. And if I were to ride her like this for a long period of time or even past a few minutes, she would start to get annoyed by that because horses look for the release. When they don't find a release, they start to get really annoyed by that. So I've seen a lot of videos, and I've actually seen in person a few times, people who have great intentions in staying out of their young horse's mouth or even their older horse's mouth. And so they're utilizing a bitless bridle or even a rope halter or the bosal or a hackamore of some type. And they have great intentions, but if we're going to use these things, we have to learn how to use them properly. If I have a hold of my horse's face in my rope halter and I maintain this contact, I don't give her any type of release ever in that. There's no release when I don't have slack in this rein. So if I'm not able to allow my knot at the bottom of her face to hang loosely under her jaw and straight down, if that knot can't hang straight down, I have contact. And if I have contact like that for a long period of time, she doesn't get the release. And pretty soon what happens is they stop looking for it. And we all want to ride a horse that's light and sensitive and not dull. I think this matters the most in a rope halter. I start a lot of horses in a rope halter, and this is where we start our riding out with no bit and just in a rope halter. And I work really hard on the ground to help a horse become sensitive to the aids that this halter provides and to be light when I ask for something. And then if I get on that same horse and I've created lightness and softness on the ground, but I get on them and I'm all bound up here tight, holding on to their face. Notice her whole demeanor change when I do that. That's not a very happy face. Now I can ask for things right here. I can ask for a little right bend. Oh, with the slack in my rope, and I can keep a happy horse and put that slack right back so that my knot under her jaw is just hanging, and my knots on the side of that rope halter that affect her cheekbones go right back to loose and not taut. And that's super important. So I just thought I'd show you guys what that looks like. If you can see the drape. Now, if I let go here, that puts quite a bit of drape. She really has a drift to the left today to leave, to go to her buddies. Everyone else got turned out to pasture, except for her. She gets to be the riding demo today. So there you see how I'll just bump and ask and then give. give that right back to her. That give is your very best friend. So I just encourage you to kind of check your ability. If you're not comfortable letting them go, if you can't go walk, trot, and lope in this position with your reins loose in that rope halter, you're not qualified yet or haven't attained the skill level yet. Bump, 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 right back to soft, drape. There we go. I'm just lightly bumping that right side so I keep her attention there because she drifts left. There we go, we're changing direction. You gotta be able to use that slack in your reins, and you've got to be comfortable with putting that slack back in there and not pulling and not holding a steady hold, because if you're holding steady, you're not allowing your horse to move freely into that, and you're teaching them to be dull and teaching them to be heavy on the bridle, whether it's bitless or not. We're gonna bump her over. Here we go, that little right drift this way. There we go, right back to soft. Right back to soft. Good girl. Good girl. Nice. There we go. I ride bareback this time of year a lot, and I'm riding bareback right now, if you don't see the bareback pad. So this is just a way for me to really kind of polish up on my skills, get my seat where it needs to be, work on me, and work on my hands and my release so that I have a lot of give in them and not constant take. So play with that. See what that feels like for you. I suggest practicing in a rope halter. It's very enlightening. It'll help you learn how much hold you're taking on your horse on any given day and on a regular basis. And if you're not ready to turn loose, then maybe go back to working on some fundamentals, like riding without your reins a little bit in the round pen and practicing riding off your seat and your leg, gaining more control over your seat and your leg and your aids there so that you have freedom to let go. Also, you'll find when you learn to let go, that can really help a horse that's actually chargy and wants to go fast a lot. A lot of times what they're trying to do is run through the pressure that they can't get a release from on their face. So you might be surprised at how quickly a horse will slow down when you learn to give up here. So that's my tip for the day. Just hacking around, enjoying a little light breeze this morning and my newly leveled out arena, which still needs some work, but I'm super excited to be working out here. I hope that helps. I hope that offers some insight and some tips, and that you can continue to progress with your horsemanship. Until next time, this is Amy Riles with Honestly Horses. Click the like and subscribe button if you're watching. I really appreciate that. It helps me know that I'm not doing this for nobody, but I watch these occasionally just to regroup and remind myself what I need to work on. Happy trails, y'all.